I'm going to be using columns and rows to determine the determinant of the same matrix. So it is not always that particular someone has to use only one row or one column to determine the determinant of a matrix. Sometimes someone can change and use a different column or a row to determine the determinant of a matrix. And therefore, let's get an example. So if I have 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 8, 1, 4, 2. And so this is my matrix. So for the first case, I'm going to use the first row 1, to determine the determinant of this matrix. So out of that, if I say this is going to be 1, determinant of, so I'm going to have, this will be 4, 8, 4, 2. And so the determinant, then I'm going to say minus 2. I'm going to have here, but remember, firstly you have to assign them with this, like this is signs in front of them. I'm going to have here, this is going to be positive, minus, positive, minus, positive, minus, positive, minus, positive. And therefore, this is minus 2 into, I'm going to have 3, 8, and 1, 2, plus, we're going to have 4. We're going to have something that's going to be 3, 4, 1, 4. And therefore, if we work with this, we're going to have 1 into 4 times 2 minus 8 times 4, close this, minus 2 into 3 times 2 minus 8 times 1, plus 4 into 3 times 4 minus 4 times 1. So this is 1 into, we're going to have 8 minus, this is 32, plus this, minus, we're going to have here 2 into 6 minus 8, plus 4 into 12 minus 4. And so out of that, I'm going to have something that's going to be 8 minus this, and so 8 minus 32, we're going to have negative 24, minus, we are going to have 6 minus 8, which is going to be negative 2, so this is going to be positive 4, plus, we are going to have now 4 into 8, because 12 minus 4, that's 8, then 8 times 4, 8 times 4, that would be 32. And therefore, if we make the total operation here, we're going to have negative 24 plus 4 plus 32. And so we're going to have 12 as our determinant. Yes. Now here we have used, let's like the first row. Let's try using the second row in this case. And so the determinant here, we have got the determinant, our determinant in this case, we've got it as 12. Now let's find out if we use R2. Now let's use row 2. So here we're having, you're going to have, remember, this is going to be negative 3, and then we shall be having, so if I use negative 3, I'll have negative 2. No, these are signs that we just assigned previously. Therefore, I'm going to have 2, 4, 2, 4, and then I'm going to have 4, 2. So then plus 4 into, I'm having 4 in this case, that means I'm going to have 1, 4, and 1, 2. Then minus, I'm going to have 8, then I'm going to remain with 1, 2, and 1, 4. So remember, don't mind about the signs, but the signs are just guidelines to help you determine this, like the signs you should use in between, like positive, minus, then you have a minus here. So like that. So let's have, this is going to be negative 3 into 2 times 2 minus 4 times 4 plus this, plus 4 into 2 times 1 minus 4 times 1 minus 8 into 4 times 1 minus 2 times 1. Therefore, we're going to have negative 3 into, this is 4 minus 16, close this, plus 4 into 2 minus 4 minus 8 into 4 minus 2. So this is going to be negative 3 into, we're going to have negative 12, close this, plus we're going to have 4 into negative 2 minus 8 into, you're going to have something that's going to be 2 in this case. Therefore, 3 times 12, of which we're going to get 36, minus 8 minus 16 in this case. Therefore, we're going to have 36 minus 8 minus 16, and so we are going to have also 12 in this case. And therefore, you find that I've used a different row, but I'm still getting the same determinant. So this gives you this like evidence that you don't mostly or entirely depend on only one row to determine the determinant. You can decide to change. And therefore, let's try now to use this like the columns. But as long as you maintain the signs, you first assign them the signs. This is positive, minus, positive 4, negative, but don't use those signs when you're working out. Like here, negative 3, I was having 2, so don't use the signs. So now let's try to find the determinant using the determinant of this matrix using columns. Okay, now let's try to use columns to determine the determinant of this matrix. Now let me use the first column. So I'll have a positive 1, positive 1. I'll have then the determinant, so I'm having 1, so this I'll have 4, 8, 4, 2. Then minus 3, yes, I'm going to have here, so 3, I'm going to have 2, 4, yes, 2, 4, 2, 4, and 4, 2. Then I'm having positive 1, then I'll be having, this is going to be 2, 4, 4, 8. So out of that, let's determine this. So this will be 1 into 4 times 2 minus 4 times 8, close this, minus 3 into 2 times 2 minus 4 times 4, close this, plus 1 into 2 times 8 minus 4 times 4, close this. So here I'm going to have 1 into, this is going to be 8 minus, this is 32, close this, minus 3 into 4 minus 16, close this, plus 1 into, I'm going to have 16 minus 16 in this case. So here I'm going to have 1 into negative 24, close this, minus 3 into, I'm going to have here, this is going to be negative 12, close this, and then I'm going to have here plus 0. So I'm going to have here, this is going to be negative 24 minus, plus, this is going to be 36 plus 0. And so 36 minus 24, of which I'm going to be getting a 12 in this case. So you find that now I've used a column, but still I've got 12. I've got 12. So you find that it also works out. Now let's try to use the second column. Now I've used this. Now I want to use this one. I want to use that one. Now with the second column, I'm going to come here and say that I'm going to have negative 2. Then what am I remaining with? So I'm having 2. So that means that I'm having 3, 8, 1, 2. So then plus 4 into. So now I'm dealing with 4. That means that I'm going to be having 1, 4, 1, 4, and then 1, 2. Then the next thing I'm going to have minus 4. Have this. So that means that I'm leaving out this. So this is 3. No. I'm going to be having, so I have negative 4. I'm going to be having 1, 4, yes, and 3, 8. So let's work out this. So I'm going to have negative 2 into 3 times 2 minus 1 times 8 plus 4 into 1 times 2 minus 4 times 1 minus 4 into 1 times 8 minus 4 times 3. So out of that, this is going to be negative 2 into 6 minus 8 plus this plus 4 into 2 minus 4 minus 4 into 8 minus 12. So out of that, I'm going to have negative 2 into negative 2 plus 4 into negative 2, close this, minus 4 into, this is going to be, we are going to have here negative 4. So this is going to be 4 minus, I'm going to 4 minus 8, 4 minus 8 plus 16. So when we work out overall this, of which I'm going to have 4 minus 8 plus 16, still giving me a 12. And so this is all of it about the theory of determining the determinant of a matrix using column and let's say the row at the same time. So it should not be a rigid theory that someone always has to use this like a particular column or a particular row determinant. It is universal. You can use any column, you can use any of the rows. So out of that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share. See you next time.